clunky. And this is another example of that, right? You've got double AD carries, you've got an incredibly flimsy support, and then you've got an Orianna that does have defensive capabilities, but Ona has to be so far ahead of the curve for them to be...
And Ona is here. That being said, Renata is very precarious to dive.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough one if they do decide to go for it, as there's the flash. Rula cleanses to get himself out of the way. The handshake, unbelievable, and Rula still has the bailout available, picks up a double. Ona gets one back, but it's a disaster.
Yeah, given the cluster Renata's strength in skirmishes like these.
Yeah, I think based on what happened underneath that turret earlier on, it's a good idea to be a little bit more chill. You did have
consequential, because even with this flash down, they have to go for Rula because the Fate's Call is there. Now, Canyon, a bit of a difficult spot.
Yeah, Faker is going to pull the orb back. Nice little taunt there from Chovy, but they push them out of the river. T1 with some control now as Ona goes in, looks for the angle. There's the shockwave onto Rula. He does get the bailout though, and there is the reset. Down goes two. Hostile Hextech Ultimatum, is going to be a triple kill here.
And the skirmishing power of this Gen.G composition in the mid game is so hard to deal with. We'll see the replay here.
Towards the top side. If there is any other way to understand that you have the main character energy, it is either to do this, just throw a whole bunch of axes at the GOAT and kill him. There's the flash to follow, and Keen is going to be able to pick up the solo bowler. She will charge her way out, but that ward at the back of the pit does give T1 the bad news. This one is just going to go over to Gen.G unless...
Ona's looking to ult.
They're going to try and find an angle. Yeah, Ona is looking to make his way in. Doran has already thrown down the ulti. There's the cleanse from Rula. He might get put down to the bailout, but it is going to be a while before that comes in. They take him out before he can actually do anything. Carrier is the trade. Ona in a lot of trouble as well, but Keen is now being the carry. Misses that axe onto Pays though. However, Chovy's still here. They're going to look for Duro. They should be able to take him down, and now Keen
the Herald!
Going to take the Herald exit. Going to use that to get the knock up. There's this Justice Punch. And now, will the Olaf be able to turn on a dime? Looks like no. The turning circle on Shelly does need to be improved. As there's the condemn out. Keen finds Pays and sacrifices himself for it.
Well, T1, as much as you want to contest this dragon, it might be difficult. Also, when you look at the summoners.
Oh yeah, Carrier going in, looking for a bit of an angle, but there is Keen right on top of him. Carrier flashes away. Canyon looks to get himself out as the Undertow does hit onto two.
A team fight without your ult available, so big pickups there.
Also didn't go Hexplate first, so went for the Strive Breaker first item instead of going for
Is being willing to give over not even just dragons, but even souls when they don't think they are game losing. And I think this one, so... Oh no, actually it changed the rift. It's to Terry.
Oh, Terry, I love Terry. Doran doesn't. Doran's going to get kicked into the wall and is not going to be having a great time. Yeah, you're into Lee Sin, so going invisible, not very helpful. Move over there, right, to help them out. So this Baron is still going. Keen with flash up and available, teleports in to try and find a flank angle, and T1 are kind of exactly where Gen.G want them. There's the Fates call in. Look at this. Olaf rocketing into the backline. Hextech ultimatum from Carrier, though. He looks to try and escape. He will be taken down, but they do at least.
You would always love to be able to push the pace of the game faster.
Well, speaking of the Vayne, looking for an angle towards Keen here, who doesn't have the ultimate for another 3 seconds. Ona makes his way in the condemn to push him away, and there's a Silver Bolts to finish him off. Really good counter kill.
They are good at that. Now, Dragon is up, and they are trying to get set up for it. But you can see Chovy moving in to try and get control of this Banana Brush.
Yeah, Keen going to get spot out here. A lot of vision defensively around the backside of this Dragon Pit. T1 know exactly what's going on. The Olaf will be able to move his way in. Rula, we're going to just soften up that mid lane wave. You're going to connect here from Canyon. The Dragon down relatively low. Let's see who is actually going to go for this fight. As there's the kickback. They get rid of the smite. There's the soul over to Gen.G. Shockwave is onto Canyon, though. He gets bailed out, but I don't think he's getting a reset. So down goes the Lee Sin. Doran is able to block the Justice Punch, and Chovy's put into the ultimatum. That's 2 kills, and they do manage to get the
contest this one.
There is still a Fate's Call, I guess, so Duro does have a little bit more flexibility about where he can be. Faker off to the side, though. Deadly Flourish comes in. These health bars are so low! And now Keen is just trying to work out a way in. He can't really find it, though, as we can see. Carrier might die to the Baron, but Ona is still looking relatively healthy, and Gen.G, they'll back away. It's a T1 Baron at 25 minutes.
Faker's position there.
Especially mid to late game, right? Even though the early laning phase didn't go so well, didn't get to him. I feel like that
decent
is
job of covering their bases. We do now see that top lane tower fall, but it's matched here in the bot lane.
funny to just complete the whole hat. He's still got the arm guard sitting there.
Having Rabadons and Seekers just feels like a cheat code. It's like you got the benefit of both items.
Yeah, it's like the old items on his ring, which was just both. Just kind of cute. He is now going to get caught, though. Does use that arm guard that he picked up. Let's see whether he can keep himself alive, though. The answer is absolutely not. T1, they managed to get the pick, and they'll get a free Olaf as well. A massive blunder here from Gen.G, as T1 should be able to get Elder as well.
Huge pick there by T1, able to set up the play, able to find Chovy and Keen to follow, and that's just Elder, and you can take Baron immediately after this.
Yeah, they're pinging the bottom side of the map, but they could take the purple worm if they feel like it. T1 now move to a gold lead. And I guess this was their plan all along. Give up.
They have an Ocean Soul, but they're playing into Baron and Elder. I don't think that Ocean Soul really matters.
Doesn't feel that good anymore, as there is, you know, 2 parts of Exodia picked up here.
If it's not going to lose us the game, we can sacrifice it, pick a better time, and boy, did they find a better time.
And they are just making this composition work, man. Finding the pick angles, just dissecting the Gen.G composition that does really want to fight 5v5, but it doesn't manage to do that if you kill a couple of them before the rest can show up. And so now, T1 just going to push on through. Doran on the top side of the map has already gotten an inner turret. Inner going to fall in the mid lane as well. The outer fell a while ago. That is what has propelled this gold lead, or the Rebel Baron power play, at least to 3,000. 3.6 is going to be that overall lead that they picked up for themselves.
I mean, that's the thing. With the last Baron, T1 hadn't taken that many structures. Now they get to pick up a bunch, get a ton of gold, and it's so hard for Gen.G to contest right now. 25 seconds on the Elder. That's the timer we're waiting for, but I'm still kind of worried even after the Elder vanishes. T1 are getting stronger and stronger right now. Level 20 Vayne, by the way, to a level 17 Olaf.
My goodness, how did it get to that point? Doran completely out of control right now, as they are looking to siege this one out. 4 seconds, and then T1 will not have that Elder buff anymore. Gen.G, they know it. Or down.
Yeah, this is the point where Gen.G can defend a bit more aggressively, because the Baron's obviously going to push in, but they can buy some time for it. And T1 don't just auto-win any fight on the back of the Elder. They will be able to eventually push down this tower, but the Baron's going to time out. It's a lot of structures to have taken on the back of that Baron. Huge amount of gold given over to T1. And things are looking pretty grim for Gen.G right now. But the game is still going. And there is going to be another Elder spawn in 2 minutes. Oh, not again!
Again, the shockwave is going to come down. At least Chovy goes golden. But can he even flash out of this? The answer is absolutely
And then once again, Ona flies in with the ultimate. Pays opens up with a curtain call. That was some great acting. That was Oscar level.
Yeah, well, Canyon might need to kick Carrier away here, but they do call down the Galio. And now Hostile Takeover comes in, hits onto 3. They're doing so much damage. That flank angle is definitely a good idea, as Canyon was spotted moving into the enemy jungle. Spotted out once again here, as the Blast Cone does get Owner over there. And now the kickback onto the Pantheon, but they've taken out the Lee Sin once again. They're going to get separated and executed, as Duro trying to get some shields onto Ruler. He just wants to hop around the fight, as the handshake is decent, but there's the curtain call. Carrier goes in, flashes out, smoke and mirrors here from T1. Justice punch onto Owner, and they will get him down to the GA, but Keen is just running for his life, as Faker is looking to get on top of him and will be able to take him down. Hostile Takeover does manage to come in, and
they get them!
Pops around the battlefield and takes out the remainder of T1. Carrier and Faker running for the hills, and Gen.G, I mean, they can take an Elder if they'd like, but my God, I don't think we're going to live through this series if the rest of the games are like this.
Carrier and Faker still alive to try and buy time for their team, but it's so long when the death time is 40 seconds. Canyon's up in 10, and with an Ocean Soul, they're just going to sustain up off this Elder.
And Ruler's got Randuins and Jack shows. He's actually a tank.
They have
right
to
now.
pull it off. Enduro, I was watching during that fight the Hostile Takeover timing, and as soon as it came back up, he got such insane value from it. This was a fight that I felt like T1 just had in the bag. They pick off Canyon at the start, and he gets stunned, even tries to get the control ward down, but the root from Pays is massive. They commit a lot of resources to take him out with a shockwave as well, though. Doran doesn't get the condemn on Ruler, but creates a lot of chaos, baits out the ult. We saw Elder and Baron going over to T1. This time Gen.G take it, and they have the soul as well.
Yep, this is real Exodia to come through from Gen.G, as they do also have that Ocean Soul completed. Baron goes down to 18 health, which I'm pretty...
But an extra 10, 15 seconds that his ult bought by stalling them out makes a big difference when you have to stall out. A good job of stalling, buying time. They'll lose this tier 2, but it's a very small price to pay. 30 seconds is what T1 need to buy before they can look for a fight. They might end up sacrificing this tower mid.
Well, Canyon is going to get pushed away. This tower is going to fall. See whether they can actually get the inhibitor as well. There is a siege minion here, and it looks like the inhibitor is going to be made short work of.
Oh, they're losing a bit more, though. It's still 12 seconds, and they have to lose another inhibitor, at least the tower. Yeah, I think the inhibitor's just gone, so big cost there. 5 seconds on the Elder.
Gen.G still pushing forward. And look at that, the Winds of War just tags Doran, and he takes so much damage from it.
It's gone now, though.
Well, yeah, there we go. T1 have managed to wait it out, but Gen.G are still sticking around. Baron's still up and available for another minute. And now Canyon taking a fair bit there. Shockwave does come down. He's still got his GA. That has come back off cooldown now.
Yeah, Ocean Soul as well going to help with the sustain here if you can connect any abilities. But the Shockwave was committed. He was trying to catch Willa. Now the ult from the Jhin.
Yeah, Curtain Call does come on through, just trying to soften up the members of Gen.G and push them away.
This is big. Lots of cooldowns burned by T1. 3 major ultimates unavailable. Gen.G in a real position of power now.
Yep, and Ruler just able to bounce around this fight. Doran and Faker looking for a bit of an angle here off to the side. As T1 just doing their very best to deal with these waves. Top inhibitor turret does now fall as Chovy deals with that one. And with 3 siege minions and 20 seconds left on this Baron, it's going to be 3 inhibitors down and only 1 Nexus turret to defend. And there's the kick from Canyon! Immediately the bottom lane is being taken out, and Gen.G, they've decided the game 1 is theirs! They will be able to get 2 off the map real quick. There goes the Nexus! What an absolute barn burner for game number 1! And we'll see whether T1 can bounce back to guarantee 3.
We need 3 games of this.